Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you guys are having a great day today. So, originally, I was going to be streaming with Wisteria, but, sometimes life gets in the way and stuff comes up. So, if you follow me on Twitter, or if you were watching yesterday's stream, you'll probably have seen that I was making myself a forum signature as a joke. And I didn't expect the reception on Twitter that I got. I thought it would just be another one of those posts that, it gets some notice, but, a lot of people seem to be... Time for a blast of the past. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, Shanaha. It seems like a lot of people were, really, down with getting a forum signature of themselves made. So, I'm gonna spend today's stream just, making more forum signatures, going through that process. I always thought about it back then, but you guys are gonna especially see as I make these signatures. I have such, a repetitive process behind them. Is Photoshop not showing the whole thing? Let me see. You made some sigs. Ooh, yeah, just post them under the hashtag. Oh, wait, I think I have to do this. There we go. I was like, where's my Photoshop stuff? Why is it not showing? There we go. There we go. Let me just make sure the whole thing shows. They're kind of old. Yeah, I have, a huge repository of, signatures. The only reason why I'd never post them to anywhere online is because I'm afraid of people, reverse image searching or something. And then just, finding out who I used to be on the internet. And, you just gotta play it safe. My old internet identity was pretty connected to a lot of things I don't want people seeing. So, we're just gonna play it safe. My style might be identifiable, but I was a literal nobody, so no one would be even able to, connect who I was. And what's up, Nezu and, Woozle? He's gonna take you back to the past to make you forum sigs that suck ass. No one will find one because the forum... Yeah, most of the forums I made them on were dead, but I think you can still find them on the Wayback Machine. Ooh. How is that happening? There we go. So some people have really vertical designs. And man, if I wasn't trying to be, authentic with the whole 500 by 150 pixels restriction that most forums went by, it'd be a lot easier. And no problem, Luciana. It's good to see you. I'm glad you liked it. I was very fond of that one because, since I've, watched you more, I know, more of, the things that you said, so I can put that kind of stuff in the sig. For some people, we've interacted on Twitter a little bit, and I know, a little bit about their personalities. But, especially when you know, the person you're making a signature for, you can feel a lot more of that, put a lot more of that person into the image. Anyways, I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful afternoon. So, I've been doing the same thing with every signature I've done so far, because it just makes a very easy, color background that's not just, one flat color. And then you just blur it and then just do effects over it. It is not, by any means, a good thing to do. I don't think it particularly is, the best looking background, but when you're trying to crank these out, you get hit with, 27 signature requests at once, your signature shop has, such a backlog, you're like, alright, maybe I gotta find out the way to pump these out as quick as possible. So, I mean, they come out looking good enough, I would say. When you hit these things with a Gaussian blur anyway, people can't even tell. People probably can tell, but they're just being nice. We're just gonna rotate these all around. I forget what they're called, but you remember those small rectangles that had a bunch of pixel graphics? Like user bars? Are you talking about, user bars where it was, you had to fucking do... Oh, it's you made them, they were, 500 by, 25, I think? Or, by... I think it was, 20 pixels. This big here. And then it usually looked like, you go to the gradient tool. You go to the gradient tool, and it usually looked like one of these, mass-producing bespoke artists goes with... The worst things are the people... Oh, the people who had a million links, or, who had, hella text on their, sigs. Those were the worst. Those shits, they made you scroll, hella past. I liked, the visually pleasing ones, because at least they looked nice. But people who had, 20 links, and you didn't click on any of them, ugh, those are the worst. But hey, I remember like these things. You guys remember user bars? You get this, and then you get the next layer. It usually had like scanline, that scanline effect. So it was like that, and then you do like overlay. And I don't have the font for user bars, but it was like pretty close to a system, I think. System is probably the closest I could do. You would do like 10-point font, and then it would be like Metroid fan. It would be like this, and then you'd make it like white text with a black outline. So it would be like this. And then it would have like Samus on the left side. Like, wait. I need to make a user bar real quick. Samus. Oh. You just pixel arted. There was a font. There was a font that you could use that was the exact font that every user bar used. It was on my old computer, but I no longer have that computer, so I need to find like the right Samus render. I think this one actually works well enough. They used to have like those user bar generators where you like put in a PNG, and then it would make you like the user bar yourself. But I always made my own because I thought it like was nice to be able to put the personal touches on them. So you put this, and it's always like the Samus visor like this. The Metroid ones always had like the visor at least almost in full view. Like that, Metroid fan, and then Metroid fan would be in it would be stroke, black outline. Let's bring these back. Let's bring these sheets back. These aren't as intrusive as signatures would be. Let's zoom in on that. Let's let everyone see that. Let me adjust what is visible also on the window. Let me make sure my whole Photoshop window is visible, at least for now. There we go. All right, let me fix this. Let me transition real quick. Look at that, Metroid fan. This era of graphic design was impeccable, dude. Anyone could get into it and spend like maybe like a few weeks learning how to like import brushes from DeviantArt, and like everyone would just be a god at making graphics. Oh my god, the DeviantArt badges! I wasn't on DeviantArt a lot, but like when I was and I saw like those badges for like clubs and stuff, oh my god. What happened to my VTube studio? Why'd my camera die? Let me reset. One sec. Let me hide myself so that you guys don't see the shape of my head. You guys will then see that I have a really big head, and that's not cool. You don't need to see fat face, Elliot. Let me just recalibrate. God, the graphic design of this era is just... Oh, why is my camera like this? I need a new webcam. I don't even think this is a name brand webcam. It just decides to unplug itself at random. There we go. We're back. No! I don't have a fat head, I have a big head. She's called me big-headed on more than one occasion. My head's not that big. Alright. Anyway, going back to this. God, this looks like a mess and a half. Alright, we're gonna merge all these layers down. And we're gonna hit that with the fat Gaussian blur. Where is this? Gaussian blur? By radius, look at that. So now we have him there. We have, who is this? This is Rezi Orenji. I think he followed me a while ago. But, like, one thing that, like, is really disappointing with Twitter is how so many people's stuff gets, like... Wait, actually, I feel like my mouth calibration's off. Let me recalibrate real quick. Let me just fix that because I want my mouth to like stop randomly frowning. There we go. Cause like, I feel like, what is that saying? So many people's stuff gets like pushed away from view so easily. Like people fall into obscurity, even like people that you're following for no reason. Like their tweets just disappear from your timeline forever. So like there's so many people that I like apparently follow, but like I just never see them on my timeline. And I hate how like Twitter is like that. Let's put this here, you know, this nice little like geometric effect. I use this on Ariel's banner as well. Let's see, I think this is a chaos brush set. or the bokeh brush set that I got from DeviantArt. Let's get some of these circles in here. Let's make a darker orange. I was thinking about that. Yeah. I usually sort by latest still, but it's like, it feels like some people I like completely miss still. I should make lists, like separate lists for like different groups of people that I follow, because I feel like that's probably the easiest way to like keep track of others, is just by like either going directly to their profile or by just knowing like having a list. Lists are super useful because then like the people that you want to like keep an eye on, it's easier to follow them. Let me see here, the hue. I like it this. I think the reds kind of stand out a little bit too much. I like it a little bit more monochrome, you know? We gotta put some monochrome effects in there. You need to make lists. Yeah. What's up, Bodega? Good to see you guys, Bodega and Val. I hope you guys are also having a good afternoon. We're all just gonna feel old, like boomers, just making forum signatures. I'm actually really glad that I saw some people posting that hashtag that I made. Like, me and Reina were just joking about it yesterday, and then people made signatures, and I was like, oh, people can resonate with this. I've never tried to, like, do a hashtag thing before. Yeah, my Twitter's also very cluttered. It's like, it's just so easy for clutter to happen, and I always, like, I never want to, like, unfollow people, like, especially, like, mutuals, because, you know, like, we gotta look out for each other. Like, I would feel bad, you know? But I think, like, organizing people into lists would help a lot. Let's see, one thing that I've always been bad with is, like, trying to, like, blend, like, the image of the character better into the picture. There are, like, better ways to do it. Like, if you use the eraser tool on them, that usually blends them into the picture better. Like, I feel like whenever I try to, like, brush over them, it always just ends up looking not the greatest. This one looks kind of like Cheetos, now that I think about it. This one actually, it reminds me of an album cover for a Bumpa Chicken song. You hate... I know, right? Social media and the algorithm just... it messes with people. I don't like it, but it's a beast that we have to learn to grapple with. Let's use this chaos brushes. I went on a trip down memory lane, find like all the old brushes that I downloaded, because if you go to DeviantArt and sort by like most popular in the century, you'll find a lot of like the same brushes that people would download or like would be at the top of the list back in like 2008. I think it's absolutely fucking wild that because they were the first, they had such lasting popularity that I can still find them easily nowadays. You need the Twitter serotonin, isn't it? Dude, the Twitter I hate that it makes me feel good to see interactions on my posts. I hate that it does that. I hate that it works. And, like, I have a modest Twitter account. I get interactions every now and then. But, like, it's just so evil. They've turned us all into monkeys. Exactly. You just tweet, oh, hey, regular expression, good to see you. Yeah, sometimes I'll, like, tweet about my day, like how I got clotheslined by a kid in the hallway the other day. Too bad Google basically nurtured... Yeah. Like, before, like, when I was a kid, I found a lot of forums by just being, like, typing in, I'm not gonna say fan sites that I used to be on because those are easily traceable because the communities weren't big. Let's say, I went on Kingdom Hearts fan site, and then you'd find, like, KH Insider and, like, KH13.com, and, like, those communities have still been around because they were, like, early communities. Like, other communities, it's, like, so hard to find new communities, like, Twewy Fan Forum. You're not gonna find anything that's lasted there. Or bump sigs and whatnot for people. Bump sigs? What are bump sigs? And yeah, I remember, like, some forums that I was on, like, had, like, forum currency. So, like, I would make a signature shop and people would buy my signatures. I remember doing that. It's such a fucking, like... You can't get that from Twitter or Tumblr. Alright, we could do this, and then we could use the eraser tool. We're gonna use this. We're gonna blend by erasing. But, like, that kind of, like, interaction with other people, like... Everything's been, like, homogenized into just Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, like, just these hubs. Like, finding sites that are away from all that is just so much harder nowadays. And it's like... I feel like VTubing and getting into VTuber circles has sort of a little bit made it, like, given me similar experiences. Let's erase this a little bit. Hoodie. Let's do that. He's blended a little bit. That works. Bring back web rings. Oh wait. You know what's something I never understood until like a little bit after they fell out of flavor? Do any of you guys remember fan listings? I remember I was like big into like Fire Emblem and like Golden Sun back in the day, and there were like some Fire Emblem and Golden Sun fan sites that would like, they'd have like their main sites with all like the fun content they made, and then they had like websites that were like fan listings. So like if you were a fan of a certain character or a certain ship, you could like post your link there, and you could like post your links to like your live journal or your other blogs, and people could find like other people who ship the same thing or like who loved the same characters you do. I thought that was like, because you didn't have like Tumblr or like Twitter or anything where it's so much easier to find those communities. You just had to join a fan listing. So people had a habit of bumping their posts that didn't get, and people would post images of, oh, yeah, I remember those. Yeah, bump sigs. So like bump posts. I remember those now, yeah. You want to build a NeoCity? Oh, fan sites too. Like NeoCity, GeoCities, like free webs. Man, I used to be like, I remember being a mod for a couple of websites that I was like a part of. I don't know if it's like the personality I have, but like, there had been multiple occasions where like, there's always that thing like people will ask to be mods and like they'll like beg a lot for it. But then like, I kind of just like got approached by people. They were like, hey, you've been posting here for a while. Do you want to be mod? And I was like, sure, I'm on this website like 24/7 because I'm like a dumb teenager with nothing better to do. And yeah, I'll mod. And then, you know, you just become a mod of a forum. You know, sometimes you just need to be a power trippy mod. Not that I ever was. What's up, Floor? Good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. I'm like brain farting right now. Oh yeah, I need to figure out Resi or Renji. That's what we're gonna put. And here, let's see. Also, for those of you wondering about the music, this is an album made by a bunch of Fire Emblem fans called Low Fire Emblem. If you're hearing it and you like recognize the music and you're liking it, I would definitely give it a check out on YouTube. It's a very solid album. Let's see, we gotta use some whimsical looking fun font here. Curls MT, that's what we're doing to me. Curls fucking MT. Resi Orange. That shit, I cannot see that. That is 10 pixel font. There we go. And we gotta make it white. The Forever mod. That's me. I just missed the gold. I love websites like Flash Player, like flashplayer.com and Newgrounds, Albino Black Sheep too, and like YTMND, and like there were so many different websites that you'd go for content now. Content nowadays is just everyone goes to these hubs that like tell you where to go, but like before it used to feel like you were always like finding new places. I'm gonna do this on 2 lines actually. Resi Orange. And then this time I have found the line spacing tool. There we go. Haha, look at that. Armor Games! Yo, Armor Games, Newgrounds, all these websites where you could just find Flash games. And this time we're gonna use a, Drop Shadow. Drop Shadow's kind of fuck, if you didn't know. Drop Shadows are like the advanced technique of, Oh my god. Finding effect generators there are dying breed. Yeah. Facebook's actually legitimately its own internet. Yeah. Facebook has so many things on it nowadays. Like, it's usable for so many different things. It's strange. I'm a slut for... I am also. I use it a lot when I was like... When I was the PR person for a video game club in college, I used Drop Shadow so much. Drop Shadow and Stroke on all my posters. Alright, what are we doing here? I want to put some kind of a tessellating effect here. What are we going to put on? Am I going to do scan lines again? What is this pattern here? No, not that. That's for what I use for backgrounds. Let's see, pattern. I made this cross pattern that I use for Lucianus' signature. Kind of a fan of this one. Overlay. It's kind of a bit chunky, I think, for this one. Alright, let's do the, let's just go with old reliable scan lines here, buddy. And then we are going to have the scan lines fade a little bit into him, you know? You want the scan lines to kind of go into him, but not too much, so we're going to feather by 10. And then we're going to use it to delete the scan lines. Look at that, look at that. I love these effects. Actually, I think this might be, wait, it's on normal, that's why. Overlay. Oh, look at that. And then we're gonna do, let's do a 2-pixel border for this one. Also, I don't think I've ever used Y8 games. Do I ever do transparent cutouts? Oh yeah, I definitely have. It's not something I did a lot, but I love that, like, where you have, like, the signature ends, like, on, like, maybe, like, 20 to 50 pixels from the top, and then you have the character, like, popping out from the top or bottom. I love doing that. It's not something I did often, but it's such a cool-looking effect, like the pop-out. Cool Math Games had some fun ones. Woozle, 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 woozle. Cool Math Games still has fun ones. Cool Math Games is what all my students are on when they finish their assignments. And I don't tell them to stop, because if they're done with their assignment, who am I to tell them to not play games on Cool Math Games? Hell yeah, this is... What's up, Captain Cube? Good to see you here. Cool Math Games is, in fact, still around. I see people playing that, goddamn, like, that bakery game or that pizza-making game very frequently. I am a cool teacher. My students were telling me that a lot recently. They're like, Professor Ambers, why are you so nice and cool? And I was like, because I don't want to push my students to do things that is unnecessary. Papa's Pizzeria. I've been missing this era for so long. This is Rezi, and I'm gonna upload these all to Twitter after the stream individually. So I'll probably actually oh, you can't schedule replies. God damn it. I'll probably upload them like probably in minute intervals. What if my students end up finding my VTuber channel? Okay, so that's part of the reason why I became a VTuber. Plausible deniability, you know? They could say that, you know, I might sound like your teacher, but, I'm not your teacher. I've had people tell me that I sound like people they know all the time. But, you know, sometimes people just have the same sounding voice. So it hasn't happened with my, VTuber channel. It has happened to me in another life. The moment I saw that I saw the name that followed that account, I was like, that's one of my sophomores. I'm going to block him. I'm going to unlink everything from that YouTube. I'm going to delete any video on YouTube. I'm going to private any video on that YouTube that has any links to my socials. And I'm disappearing. Nothing bad has happened. And that student who followed me was, the student that followed me was, like, not someone who would go around telling people about it. But, yeah, after I did that, I actually did show one of my students that YouTube account because, or a group of my students, because it was disconnected from everything else at that point, so they couldn't get to, like, my Twitter or my other social media. Alright, so that's one sig down. Who's next? Who's next on the list? Oh, Sylvan! Sylvan. Cute little potion boy. Cute little mushroom boy. It's, like, so cool, too, because, like, in the heyday of forums, you would always be making, like, signatures for, like, your favorite, like, anime characters or, like, video game characters. But, like, now with the VTubing community, everyone has, like, such neat designs that it's so cool to just, like, have, like, this PNG drop. I've never really done a PNG drop before, but it's so cool to see all these designs. Because, like, it just gives you, like, so much variety to work with. How many things do I have to get through? I think I have... Let me see how many replies that post had. I think it's maybe like 20 total, and I've done at least 6. So let me go to my profile. Let's see how many I have to go through. The original post had... I can't see... It has 34 replies, but some of them don't have images. So I probably have to go through maybe 20-ish other requests. But, like, even talking, I get through these pretty quickly. Like, even while I'm talking, my brain just stops working. Let's put this at, let's say 20. 20. There we go. The thing I don't like about Twitter is that most of these images don't appear transparent. So, I have to transparify them myself. which is really hard on VTubers with brighter designs and brighter colors. 500 by 150. It's also been a while since I've like worked in this size. A lot of the graphic stuff that I do is in bigger sizes, so like it's also a challenge to like get what I want to get expressed here. Oh yeah, but Bodega had a background, so for that one, like for these ones that had white backgrounds, I just like cleared the white backgrounds. For like Bodegas, I've had to work with images like that before, where I kind of have to paint around the character. And in that way, I kind of just get them blended just by painting around them instead of underneath their layer. Yeah, understandable. I'll make sure that the breaks actually get involved. Sylvan. And part of it's like, some of them I don't want to just get the head, you know? Because like, I love a lot of people's designs. Actually, Sylvan's face is really cute. His outfit's also cute, but I think this is just such a cute face that... actually kind of looks weird, just like the floating head. We're gonna try to get some of his shoulders there. Let's do this. Let's put him in the middle here. Yeah, no. I have worked with many different kinds of images before, so I don't need to like... I'm not like worried that an image is or isn't transparent. Yes, yeah, this is a lo-fi version of Lost in the Waves. The ocean's gray waves, destined to seek life beyond the shore, just out of reach. It's a pretty song in and of itself, I would say. Like, I just love this whole, like, album. I wanted to use it as, like, a backing track for, like, a stream. Not, like, my main background music, but, like... Oh, wait, we're gonna use Sylvan's hair as the background for this one. Layers of his hair. Because his hair's really pretty. And this is Lynn's theme, I believe. There we go. Roll E. Filter, blur. Looks kind of like a forest of flowers, or like cherry blossom trees. Look at this. I want to protect that smile. Yeah, we'll get a little bit of shoulder action there. And then this one's gonna probably be another pink one. I feel like I've been doing a lot of pinks and purples for these signatures. And it might be because I have a bias for the color, but like, also I just think it's a nice color. Also, I like have an unnecessary bias towards this specific brush set. Like, you can see like the effects on this brush set are so nice. But like, they're also like, there's not many brushes in the set, so it can get a little samey if I keep on using it. So I try not to use it for every single one that I'm doing. Let's do this. I just think it has like, the way it's faded looks just really pretty. Like a really nice watercolory effect. You know what? It's easier than like going on planetrenders.net and trying to look for a bunch of different textures. And I remember when I would look for like abstract or fractal C4Ds to place in my signatures as texture effects. Also, I was absolutely thrown yesterday, because I was talking with Aria Eternity, someone who I'm mutuals with on Twitter, and she was saying how like one of the forums that she used to frequent was the official Namco Tales series forum, which was it was a forum for the Tales of series that ran from, I believe, 2004 to 2000, I want to say like 14, before it shut down and like got homogenized into the Namco Bandai forums. And it's like so interesting to see, like, just because of how fandom works, where people will overlap from one generation to another. And it's like, there are people that, like, I could know in the VTuber community that I very possibly had talked to in the past. And that's just so weird to me. It's like serendipity. Like a fateful encounter. Like, I wonder how many people I interacted with like that. Like, how many Fire Emblem fans have I interacted in the past with on Effie Planet or Serenus Forest, you know? And I feel like bringing all this back is just a way to, you know, throw out the bait and catch people. There are lots of... Yeah. And even, like, a lot of, like, big people on the internet are becoming Chuba, too. So it's interesting to see, like, who fell into that community. This one's very bright. I want to, like, get some darker shades into here. Let's try this. Like, layers. It's like, maybe, like, have it be more of a gradient. With the color burn tool, color dodge, and darken. Wait, I'm kind of a fan of this, actually. Let's put it a little lower. No, let's put it here. We'll darken it, and then we'll have it lower opacity a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And then we Control J. What if for this one I didn't do a Gaussian blur? What if instead I do motion blur? Oh, there he goes. He's disappeared. There he goes. Motion blur. And then if I overlay this, let me make a layer just in case I bungle this. Overlay. Overlay. There we go. Hi. He's zooming over. And I could even do this, I think. No, not that. Wait.
In any case, just put that out of your mind for now. Bat, risking your life is part of the job.
Ooh, words?
Letting your mind wander is a sure way to get yourself killed.
Wait, what is this track? I need to look at what that voice is. I don't know what that track was. I feel like I should remember that dialogue, but I don't. I actually like this. I like the transparency effect I have on him that's like making him blend in. Yeah, I like this. I like this. And then I'm gonna make a new pattern here. I'm gonna make a 5x5 grid here. I have like so many like little patterns that I used to have that I use as like effect on the signature, like the Scanlines effect. This one I'm going to do. I think it would be nice on this one to have a 1 pixel and a 5x5. Make that black. Let's make that our pattern. Define pattern. Dot. Close that out, and then we make a new layer. Paint bucket. There we go. And yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's cool. And then we do this, Control Shift I, and then we feather. It was really silly, like yesterday, when everyone was just watching me do all these things and just remembering, like, holy shit, he's really making a goddamn forum signature. Who taught this man how to use Photoshop? There we go. And he gave me his logo too, so we'll get his logo. The ones who gave me their logo are actually the MVPs here. I don't have to think about the text that I have to use or the font. Alright, let's make this smaller. Little potion boy. Little potion man. Potion seller, I'm going into battle. I need your strongest potions. Also, it messed me up because if you were following, I'm sure no one was actually like following like the random conversations I was having on Twitter with people, but there were a couple people who didn't even like know what forum signatures were. Like Sylvan says, I don't know what a forum signature is, but it looks really neat. Do you know how old that makes me feel? That we're in an era of the internet where people just don't know what forum signatures are or the purpose that they served. Sorry. It's just so strange. Alright, this one is gonna get the 3-layer border. This one we're gonna give the 3-layer border because I think it works here. Kids nowadays don't know how many... They don't. You're right. I don't think they would know. They would know that there are Pokemon, but I feel like only like the ones who are really, really, really into it would know. Like, I have some kids who are, like, super into Pokemon, and even, like, Pokemon ROM hacks. Like, I saw a kid playing on Visual Boy Advance, like, a year or two ago, and he was, like, playing, like, he wasn't, like, playing the official, like, Pokemon games. He was, like, playing a ROM hack of, I think a Gen 3 game, and I was like, huh, good on you for knowing about ROM hacks, kiddo. It's just, like, so strange to see, like, what some kids will and will, like, find interest in. Especially when they find, like, when you get the kids who find interest in things that they think are, like, old. But then you're like, yeah, I was, like, 10 when that came out. Don't call it old. 152, can't forget about Peekaboo. Yeah, you have to go to the back of Bill's garden. You have to, when you gotta go into Bill's Pokemon sloughing machine, and then he'll give you the key to his door in the backyard. And you can get Pokemon like Peekaboo and Mew 3 and oh god, who are the other like big fake mons? You know what form signature? I know you were a kid up less than a year ago. Yeah, I mean, especially like for kids who are like, for people who like just get to college and that kind of stuff, it really is just a toss-up. But like, I feel like there were more people back in like 2005 to 2000, I would say 2010. Actually, it might not even be 2005, probably earlier than that. That's just when I started doing it. But like probably like the start of the 2000s to the end of that decade, it was just very commonplace to like find those places to discuss things. Like back then you had maybe like the GameFAQs and GameSpot message boards, but those didn't really support images. But you have places like KH Insider and like the Tales series forum, and like even like the really big popular forums like NeoGAF and stuff, I think supported images to an extent. But like for people who grew up like nowadays, like you were born in like 2000, 2001, 2002, it really is a toss-up. I definitely wouldn't be surprised for some people to know what it was that were born like past 2000, but I wouldn't expect as many as like the people who grew up in the 2000s themselves. Let's save this as Sylvan. I'll save as PNG Sylvan. Let's see who the next one is. Oh, Toru. I've seen him around the timeline every now and then recently. Let's make him a signature. He's giving me a cute winky face. Alright, so let's clear this out. These half-body ones are a little bit harder to work with. This is a 1920 by 1080 shoulder up. Sing a song popular online in the late 2000s or early 2010s. Oh, okay. Alright. Here's my question to you, Floor. I'm gonna give you two numbers. 1 or 2. Pick 1 or pick 2. That'll decide which one I pick. I have 2 songs. These were... Okay, 2? So this is probably my favorite band. Or... Yeah. Both... Or 2 of the 3 members of this are like my favorite current artists. They are a band that broke up in the early 2010s. They released some big standout hits though. So I'm gonna sing one of their big hit songs. You definitely know this. I think this is a 2011 or 2012 song. It comes from the album Some Nights. I think I got reverb on. And it's loading. Alright. Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bad luck. Some nights I call it a draw. Some nights I wish that my lips could build a castle. Some nights I wish they'd just fall off. But I still wake up, I still see your ghost. Oh Lord, I'm still not sure what I stand for. Oh, whoa, what do I stand for? What do I stand for? Most nights I don't know anymore. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh. I fucking love fun. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa. This is it, boys, this is war. What are we waiting for? Why don't we break the rules already? I was never one to believe that hype. Say that for the black and white. Try twice as hard, I'm half as like, but here they come again to jack my style. That's alright. I found a martyr in my bed tonight. Stops my bones from wondering just who I am. Oh, who am I? Well, some nights I wish that this all would end, 'cause I could use some friends for a change. And some nights I'm scared they'll forget me again. Some nights I always win, but I still wake up, I still see your ghost. Oh Lord, I'm still not sure what I stand for. Oh, what do I stand for? What do I stand for? Most nights I don't know. So come on, so this is it. I sold my soul for this. Wash my hands of that for this. I miss my mom and dad for this. No. When I see stars, that's all I see. When I see stars, that's all I are. When I hear songs, they sound like this one. So come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Well, that is it, guys. That is all. 5 minutes in and I'm bored again. 10 years of this, I'm not sure if anybody understands. This one is not for the folks at home. Sorry to leave on my hat to go. Who the fuck wants to die alone, all dried up in the desert sun? My heart's breaking for my sister and the con that she called love. And I look into my nephew's eyes. Man, you wouldn't believe the most amazing things that can come from some terrible nights. Oh, 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 oh. The other night, you wouldn't believe the dream I just had about you and me. I called you up, but both agreed. It's for the best you didn't listen. It's for the best we get our distance. Oh, it's for the best you didn't listen. It's for the best we get our distance. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, that was fun some nights. It was a pretty popular song. That song and We Are Young both like skyrocketed that band. The band didn't have like really like any notability like with their first album, and I'm a big fan of their first album. I love that band so much, and I love both Nate Russ and Jack Antonoff how they end their solo careers. I'm so glad that at least Jack Antonoff is doing really well. But yeah, that was... Some Nights got really popular, I believe, in 2013, or 2012, 2013. And then We Are Young, I think, was really popular in 2011 and into 2012. I remember that was my, that was a song, like, our school year song for prom. Prom was kind of meh, though. I definitely fell asleep at prom at the venue itself. Both Wisteria and I went to like a side room at the prom, and we like fell asleep in a seat. Neither of us are really like big on like parties and dancing. I don't know why we went to prom. I think I went because I felt obligated to, and then we realized that it kind of sucked. But yeah, it's a very nostalgic song to me because I just think Fun is a really good band, and I think Nate Russ has a very good voice. So those two combined leads to a neuron activation. I hear Nate Russ, I get happy. Let's get the green of his jacket here. A little bit of the headphone for some extra color there. Let's do this here, and then we can put a little bit of green there, and then wrong layer. Here we go. There we go. I think that's a good mixture of the colors in his outfit. Alright, so we're gonna blur this, filter, blur. How does the motion blur look on this actually? I think it might look too much like you'd see the original image still. Yeah, this kind of works actually. Let's do this. Because most of it's going to be covered up by brushes anyway. I haven't gotten a chance to watch Tordu yet, but I've seen a lot of people repost them on my timeline. I love the turtle headphones too. That's a cool touch. I wonder if he's gonna get like an update with this, like where he can be wearing the headphones. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, so we'll have him in the center. This seems like a pretty center kind of... Yeah, the center seems pretty good for him. I try to like make it so that like each signature I do has them positioned at least a slightly different position than the last one that I did. For this one, we're gonna go for what kind of style? Let's use these cutting edge PS brushes by Fort Elegy. And we're gonna go for like green here. Like a grayish greenish color here. Kinda like his jacket. Don't want it to be too close because then they'll like kind of blend in with his outfit. The sound effects in this edit are kind of interesting. I like the poison sound effect just playing. Oh wait, this is kind of cool looking. Good solid foundation for our background here. And then we can do this. Oh, I never turned off my reverb. Oops. There we go. Back to normal, back to normal. At least it wasn't like for too long. There have been times where I'll be like streaming for like 10 minutes and someone will be like, Elliot, your reverb is on. And I'll be like, it's been on for this long? And then I'll like be like, wow, people just had to hear double Elliot for that long. Alright, what else? What other brushes are we gonna use here? Oh, I like this one. It was nice though. Well, at least it sounded nice. I know sometimes it could be a little jarring to hear it. Especially if like some people are listening to multiple streams. I could see how like hearing the double, the echo would be a little bit jarring. Alright, I think this might be... That works, that works. The amount of vocal in this lo-fi track is interesting. I'm like hearing an entire advert in my background. Ooh, this is a nice effect. Let's hit this one with a soft light. Yeah, we got this. I feel like this kind of brush style fits Toru's aesthetic pretty well, like this abstract style. There we go. And then we're gonna overlay. I think we can put this behind him. Actually, we'll do that, and then... Let's see, how do I want to do this? I like the contrast in color here, the transition there. I think we could make it a little lighter on the left side, though. So let's put in one of these. And let's hit this with a lighten. Lighten a color dodge here, but then a little lower on the opacity. There we go. Looks kind of tactical. I haven't tried this effect actually. If we merge all the layers and then do a Gaussian blur on this. This is an effect I use a lot too. Overlaying it. It gives hella contrast. Like some of these effects just look bright. So I guess I should probably focus on having the size of the window closer to more of the full image. I never really zoom in on the signature too much. So we'll do this and we will let you guys see more of it. And we can do this. I feel like it's just better that way for a viewing experience. Otherwise, you just see a signature for ents. There we go. Alright, this doesn't look as good as I was hoping it would. We might have to fiddle around with the opacity. Luminosity does not look good. Overlay, and then... yeah, it gives it a little bit like more of a popping contrast that way. The soft light. Yeah, I like that. And then we're going to blur this. Gaussian blur. And then let's... well, actually, before I do that, let's make another layer of this. Uncontiguous, Control-Shift-I. And let's feather this man a little bit. Let's give him a little feather weather. Weep. Control-Shift-I. Deletes your edges. No, don't delete my edges. And then we... this one doesn't seem to come out as well. Let's see. Yeah, no, I think we need to go back to the original here. Maybe if I have the full body too. Let's see. Yeah, I think with lighten it helps a little bit. We can lower the opacity here. Yeah, and you can still see his headphones. That's like a big identifying trait. Toru. He mentioned inside stroke. Well, I guess I gotta give him some inside stroke as a border then. I wonder if... yeah, no. I think the little contrast from the soft light helps here. Image. We're gonna stroke with a white border this time. Few pixels. And then overlay. And then we'll just say... what's a cool tactical looking effect here? How about this? Toru. Let's look at this. Sometimes just looking at like fonts, like you just look at certain fonts and you know they give off that kind of an energy. Like that kind of font. Right, that doesn't look too awful, too out of place. That looks like something for like Colt or something. We'll keep that in mind for the future. No, that looks kind of Banjo-Kazooie-ish. That's not the vibe we're going for. Some fonts are just too curly. I want something that looks like more like thin and tall, but like not too plain. But then sometimes when you ask for not too plain, you end up getting stuff that looks just really garish. Like some of the worst looking fonts ever. Oh, goodness. I think this is fine enough. Ooh, Three Houses remix. And we're gonna put it a couple pixels above the borders on the bottom. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't think we'll ever see the age of like forums ever come back. And it's like just so strange to like do this kind of thing for a meme. And then I think about it and I'm like, we'll see these pointed. Wait, I finally hit 2K. Oh, yeah, sure. If you want a long reading, we can do it for the end of the stream. That's usually when I do the longer readings after, so they get redeemed, and probably when we hit like the hour 30 mark or the hour 45 mark. If you want a reading, then yeah, feel free to. It's there for a reason. You fancy myself doing some tarot readings? Let's overlay here. I don't know how I want to blend this text here. Maybe it'll look better at the top. Ugh, the dissolve effect looks so weird. I don't know why that effect is. It just, I don't trust it. I actually like this. The black outline, I think, works here. And then what if I overlay soft light? Yeah, that works. This works, this works. All right, so we'll save that one. Save as. 3 SIGs in an hour. Slower than my usual working pace, but I guess I am just streaming. I'm also talking at the same time. Thanks for stopping by, Kine. Good to see you here for a little bit. I hope you have fun with whatever it is that you gotta do. And eventually I will get to you, and everyone will be individually tagged, so that, because I figure, like, it's nicer to be able to, like, retweet and tag, like, retweet your own post, as opposed to, like, having, like, retweeting a post with everyone else's stuff in it at once. I totally get that, which is why, I want to, like, do an individual post for everyone. Alright, save as... Toru. What are most readings focused on? Most readings, like, if you don't specify, usually it's just like a, how is my future gonna be? How's my future looking kind of reading? So if that's the reading you want, then yeah, that's the reading that I'll do. Just a general, like, future reading. Alright, so then... Ooh, Clavio's next. Clavio's PNG is so cute. I like how, like, sleepy she looks. Yeah, we'll do a reading on your upcoming days. Oh wait, this one's actually transparent, so I need to just save this one. Twitter's so weird with how it works with, like, transparent images. Let's go. There we go. Transparent image. You can see none of that fake transparency shit. 150. And then we just plop her there. I just like her cloak and the bow. It's just everything about this design is just so goddamn cute. He streams so late though. I can never catch a stream unless I'm, like, about to go to bed. And then I end up just, like, exploding and dying because I, like, stay up a little bit later and then just, oops, I get to have 4 hours of sleep for next work tomorrow. Sometimes that's how it is when you gotta catch everyone else, though. The things that we must do to help to catch our fellow Chubas. We'll put this one top here. I want to get the hat and hair. We'll put it over here to, like, throw a little bit of contrast, because it's really yellow over here. So when we go merge down, image, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. So we have, like, patches of color all around. It's mostly the yellow of her cloak, but it'll give us a good basis. Also, the textures on her art, too. Like, her PNG has such nice texture on it. We'll put it on the right side. I want to capture the bow as well. Have the bow and the hat, you know? Alright, this one... yellow always captures kind of weirdly. Let's see what color we can go for. Maybe something like her hair, I think could work. Let's see. I've done a lot of yellow signatures. I haven't done many blue. We'll go for blue. Oh, I love this remix. I haven't played a lot of Genealogy of the Holy War, but this track specifically, like, kicks so much ass. Like, I think it's Unrest in Augustria is what it's called. It's probably one of my favorite map themes in the series. And this is coming from someone who hasn't even beaten Genealogy. Alright, let's see what we can do here. We're gonna use these bubbly, like, geometric brushes. We'll go for a color burn? No. I think this dark blue is a little too dark. Let's go for something lighter first. And let's do this. Hexagon. And oh god, wait, I did that on the background layer. Layers be like, there we go. Here we are. There we go. The colors don't show up too well on this. I think we can do a multiply just to, like, get the foundation there. And then see what other shapes we have. Some bubbly shapes would be nice, I think. Yeah, like that. When I see her design, I think of, like, I don't think it's actually a raincoat, but I think of the rain when I see her design. I'm going for like a watery kind of theme here. Am I just gonna pull out old reliable brush set? I think I am. think it has like a good like watercolor kind of aesthetic to it. So it's like what I'm trying to go for here. We'll screen this. We'll make another layer below and use a darker brush. Man, when I was... It's so, like, weird to me now, like, thinking back how I used to, like, approach the internet when I was a kid. Like, I was on my first forum when I was, like, 11. And I thought, wow, I can talk to all these cool teenagers who are also into the same kind of video games I am. Oh, hey, I don't believe in magic. Change dimension. Alright, give me a second. Let me open up the right folder here. Let's go to... wrong folder. BSF. Let's close out VTube Studio. And we will ascend to a new dimension. Made with Unity. Because it was like, I was like 11 at the time, and I didn't really like... Like, I feel like back then, people weren't worried about like... like, randomly finding out that someone that you were talking to was like super young. Like, it just wasn't something that I don't think ever came up, really. But, like, nowadays, it's like... I think with, like, the way, like, a lot of people, like, a lot of call-out posts and stuff happen, and a lot of people just don't want to have to deal with, like, oh, you talked to me that way, then it turns out that I was actually 16, so people just already immediately put on those, like, yeah, if you're a minor, just don't fucking talk to me. If you are under the age of, like, 16, get away from me. And, like, it's so weird because back in the forum days, like, I was, like, 11 talking to a bunch of people. I was, like, 12, 13, and I was like, yeah, I fit in here. But then looking back, it's like, yeah, that wouldn't happen again at all. And I don't think it's a bad thing that it's happened, but it's just, like, it's weird how, like, the culture has changed. And then, like, it's something that, like, you realize as you, like, get older, like, huh, wow, I guess it is weird that I am, like, that I was, like, 11 and I was talking to, like, a bunch of, like, adults. But in some way, like, I mean, if people are being responsible, it seems it could be, like, more like a, you know, like, learning from other people who have, like, more life experiences than you. Right, let's see. Let's make this on the darken effect here. Because then, like, with, like, how Tumblr came and everything, it was like, yeah, if you so much talk to a minor, you're gonna get canceled. Well, obviously, that's hyperbole. But, like, it turned out that, like, a lot of people were just doing the whole grooming thing. And that's just a whole other can of worms. Why can't you just talk to people normally? Why does everyone just have to, like, just... Ugh, God. Let's see. Let's go to some other colors here. Maybe face some brighter colors here. People suck, honestly. There's a lot of good people out there, but there's also just a lot of people who just have very ill intentions for the, like, just the worst intentions. You know who does? Absolutely. Clavio's so sweet. Let me figure out the light in here. I feel like I'm having trouble, like, figuring out how I want these brushes to look all around. You know, we're just gonna go with the strategy of keep throwing shit until it finally looks cohesive. Maybe if I do stop putting things under layers, over layers. There. Do a linear burn here. Yeah, that works. And then this could be a... Ooh, there we go. I think we're getting somewhere. Yeah, this is the kind of look I wanted to go for. And then if we put this on top... Clavio love. Clavio love. Those overlay? Oh, I think keeping, like, having, like, those little hints of, like, her yellow and greens from her bow. I think that's a pretty good contrast there. Keeping it as an overlay. Yeah. Because I take out, like, the layer of all the merges there, you lose, like, some of the color from her design, and I think it's good to have those accents. Alright. I think this is one where I'm gonna, like, try to be a little bit heavier on the blending here. So let's see. Filter, blur. Get the outline of her there with the blur. And then we can just Copy this, and then overlay. Not overlay. Overlay is a little too bright. Multiply like kind of looks nice, but I think she kind of like contrasts a little bit too much with the whole piece with overlay or with darken on. I think we're just gonna try to go for a opacity lower. Yeah, that works. We'll lower the opacity and do a little bit of erasing. But we'll put some stuff over her first. Let's go back to some brushes here. Yeah. I think it's the way the art is textured is really what reminds me of like a lot of other like official concept arts. I think the texturing is just phenomenal on this piece. Makes it really nice to work with. Put a screen over her and then we will go to the eraser tool. And let's get some of this. And then we could actually do this overlay. Where's she going? Green, and then I think we could actually turn up the... There we go. Kind of blend her in a little bit better. Wrong layer. She's phasing out of this plane. She's disappearing, oh no. There we go. And now we can probably do some brushes over again. I actually like how this one looks. This looks like a signature that I would use on the internet forums of yore. Man, I'm still upset that people are like, I don't know what a forum signature is. What the hell? Never talk to me again. That's a joke. You can still talk to me, but please don't make my bones reduce to dust like that. And I think we're just gonna do a big name text here, like almost the full size here. I don't think she has a logo, so I'm just gonna assume that we just use a big serif font. Flavio. There we go. And we can make this white. I think if we make it white, we can do a nice overlay, and that should look pretty good. That should look pretty solid. 72 is a little big. Let's go for 60. 60, and then we'll adjust the line spacing, I think. That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong button. Let me go back to the text tool. There we go. Now we do the spacing by like maybe 50. Nah, 50's not enough. 75. Yeah, I think this looks better. Give it that spacing, and then we just overlay it. I like this one. I'm a fan of this one. I don't need any like other like glows or anything. I think we could just do soft light overlay. The combo, the classic. I think I need to move this down a couple of pixels though. Let's do this. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I'm gonna do black bars on the top and bottom as the border for this one. Let's see. Yeah, I'm 3D, right? I don't believe in Magi redeemed the whole change dimension redeem. So I switched to Forma de 3D. But need to overlap the canvas. There we go. Control J, and then we're gonna put this on the bottom of the canvas. Like so. And then Control E, overlay. I think this looks nice. There we go. Save as PNG. Flavio. And I have done 10 signatures. This is like, I did not expect that this was gonna be how I spent my weekend, or part of it, but it's fine. It's a nice way to spend the weekend. A nice way to interact with others, you know? Oh. Everyone's favorite fellow tarot reader dog, Doog. Let me save this. Another transparent image. Everyone knows him and loves him or loves to hate him. There we go, it's bow. Open. Or let's make a new document here. 500 by 150. There we go. Alright. Now that's such like silly like face posts that he puts on like Twitter and stuff. Like his like ice cream one where he's pointing at you and laughing, or like the gun one. A smile that sometimes you might want to protect. Let's see though. I think I want to get the full version on here. I messed up. Another one of these half bodies. I think we're just gonna use the brown of his hair for this one. Little ahoge. Where'd my windows go? There we go. And then we're just gonna make a couple of these. Well, let's move them all around. Maybe one of them will have the we'll sort of have the blue of his varsity jacket underneath. Got a varsity jacket on like he's some kind of a jock. Do some rotations here as well. Wait, and let's see. One more. Such a powerful technique. We're gonna get his jacket here. There we go. Just a little bit of color differentiation. Do I need one more? I need one more Mao. I require a singular extra Mao. There we go. And we just merge these down. Wait, cancel what? Oh, Control W I pressed. Ha. And let's blur this. Gaussian blur. And let's just do this. This seems like another one very suited to being in the middle. Everyone's resident tarot reading Doog. Tarot reading Bloodborne Souls playing. I want to get part of his hoodie in at least. Yeah. It's so hard because like you want to get like parts of their design in to the signature, but also it's like, but then like their head looks small or something. Their head looks small, or like the portioning of like the render is kind of weird. But I think this is good enough. Look at that smile. All right, so this one, which brushes are we going to use? For a person like Mao, I think we're going to use these chaos brushes. Brown's always like a weird color to work. I think I'm going to go for blue on this one again. We're going to do another blue one just to go with this hoodie, because it's caught there in the picture, and I always like have an awkward time working with brown. There we go. Some cursed looking swirls. And we are going to burn that color in. Really, the screen might not be too bad. We'll go with screen. Form a good basis there. And then these brushes are so huge. I have to like resize them down to like such a small number to make them actually fit on the canvas. Look at this dog emanating pure chaos radiating from the center. Yeah, this definitely screams like mid-2000s fucking forum signature. These fractal styled brushes are just they really, really just scream that whole like, I learned how to make forum signatures for the first time. Please be nice to me. Alright, let's narrow and smallen this one. And we'll just make this pure blue. Pure teal blue, I guess. Image. Flip canvas. Horizontal. We haven't done a lot of canvas flipping here. Image. Rotate canvas. Flip back. Here we could do darken. It's like he's in like a portal about to like magic you to another dimension. Let's see. And I think we could go for some extra effects here now that we have a solid background. Let's go back to the bokeh brushes. A blue stolly. If you could find me an appropriate quote to put for Mao, I would appreciate it. He reads a lot of magic literature and stuff that I'm not fully sure if I understand what it is, I haven't really caught a lot of his reading streams, aside from his tarot reading streams. So I haven't, like, I'm not as well read on, like, the magical literature that he knows about. Which, given my inclination to read tarot, you'd think I would spend a little bit more time reading that kind of stuff. Oh, I don't even know what Blue Stolly is. I want to be the one to break your dignity. Thank you for the suggestion, Woozle. I'm going to use that one. I'm going to use that one. That's really funny for this. It seems very fitting. What is this video here? Oh, it's a band. I see. Blue Stolly. I will listen to this later. I will give you credit for telling me what quote to use. That's just a funny quote. A funny lyric, I should say. No, not this. Let's go for some hexagons for his magic. Oh, they let you play their music live on stream. That's pretty cool. We'll give it a listen then for this. Pause the emblem lo-fi. Let's listen to this. Pretty hard. Goes hard. Alright, this is a little too soft of a brush. Don't want this one. Yeah. It gives me like DMC vibes. Let's see. Yeah, it is loud and aggressive. Let's see. Maybe if I do a double color dodge here. This is too faded. I want something more hard looking. Yeah, this, it makes me think of like DMC fight music. Maybe I need to use a darker brush. Let's do something like this. I think if we color burn with a darker brush, it should come out better. Yeah, this looks better. Color burn. God! There it is. And then... not a bad song. I like the energy. I don't usually listen to screaming music like this. I know Wisteria loves this kind of music, though. Let's see. Ooh, there we go. We could screen this. Oh, it absolutely... I know it's not for everyone, but man, it does hit a chord that, like, I know, like, Wisteria would love. Like this, we could do, like... so. Yeah, I think this is good coloring. 90% of the music you listen to isn't. You know what? That's fine, honestly. As long as you enjoy the music you listen to, that's what's most important. There are times where I'll be listening to music in the car, and Wisteria will be like, it's 7 a.m. How can you listen to music that's this happy? Because she's just allergic to music that has, like, bubbly, cheery vocals. And I listen to, like, idol music, like Hollow Live music, and, like, anime songs. And she's like, it's too early for this. Let's see, can we go for... we're just gonna put all the geometric shapes here. I think we're gonna put color burn, and then we're gonna put it a little lower. I think this is fine enough. I think adding more would make it more cluttered. It's such a beautiful teenage chord that fits. You are right, actually. Like listening to like Linkin Park on repeat, or like listening to like just video game soundtracks on repeat, which is what I was doing just earlier, actually. God, it really does just hit that chord. Let's see. What else can I do with this Mao piece here? I think he needs a radial blur. We're not gonna Gaussian blur this one. We're gonna spin. And if I overlay, the overlay gives me a good effect here. then we can just, again, do some erasure. Erase with the brush. There we go. It looks like he's like getting sent a little bit too far away, but that's fine. This should be good. And then I think we could do the same thing again. Condense all the layers into one singular layer, and then do a motion blur. I think I want to do here. Mouse going fast as hell. And let's see if we do a darken here. Darken doesn't... Ooh, wait, I like this, actually. I like how this is looking. Do soft light, even. Soft light. There we go. There we go. There we go. This is looking like it would win me a signature competition of the month. Graphic of the week, you know? Alright, I want to be the one to break your dignity. Yeah, we're gonna use that. We're gonna have his name in one corner, and then the bottom right corner is gonna have that lyric. We're gonna make it really small. We're gonna make it like 6-point font. Now maybe 10-point. I'm gonna make it at a size that I can actually edit it first. Goodness. Let's also give it a coloring style that I can actually read. This just looks silly. Alright, so then I want it to look small and spaced. Right now the spacing is huge on this. What's 9? I figured out how to use that tool. It's a beautiful shitpost fitting up for Mao. We're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna do this, and then we're going to set the width to... Is this wider? Let's say like 400. And we're gonna set this to 6-point. Thus, we need this to be like that, and then we're actually gonna set this to 800. There we go. Gotta have that unreadable text. There we go. Unreadable on the left side there. Song lyrics. No, wait, actually I'm gonna have it underneath his name like this. Like that, and then we're gonna put Moth. THE. We're gonna set that to a bigger font. 48. No, that's a little too big. It shouldn't be too big when I set the line spacing correctly. There we go. We're gonna do Mothy, and then actually, if we align this, where'd it go? Let me try this. Mothy, Doog, and then we set this line spacing to, let's say 48, not 48. Let's say 36. So we set it here, and then we try doing some silly typography stuff here. And then here I wanna, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could make this a little smaller, but still justified. So like 30. I want to be able to fit the text all in like one rectangle. True Mao moment. I just saw that in the chat. And then this one should be... Yeah. There we go. And then we're just gonna overlay this. Overlay. And then here, I wanna actually lower this. Let's make this 4-point. I wanna make this like super hard to read. Maybe 5-point. And we can make this 4-point font. Yeah, we need this to be unreadable. And then we're gonna make this line spacing 1000 to compensate for the width changing. There we go. And that's gonna be an overlay. Just like a little texture in the background there. And then we are going to... Do I need scan lines for this? Am I going to use scan lines again? Maybe. Let's see. We'll use the dots. Overlay. There we go. Yeah. And then we're going to... Let me just move this. 1, 2. No. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just so I can have space for a border. There we go. And then... What happened there? Layer 10. Not sample all layers. Wait, what happened? Oh wait, that's the layer with the scan lines, or the scan dots. Edit, stroke. Let's fill this in here. I wonder what, like, kids search up nowadays. I wonder if they just all stay on YouTube and, like, Reddit and stuff. Oh, music is a touch loud. Let me lower that. Sorry about that. Because, like, we were talking about this earlier. Like, when I was a kid, I usually just Googled, like, fan sites for certain things. But now that, like, Amino and Twitter and Tumblr, they all exist. So there's not as much, like, a need to go out of your way to find stuff. I wonder if those websites still exist. Like, if you look up Friday Night Funkin' fan site, do kids, like, do that? Do they look for fan sites still? I wonder. I'm gonna go diving. I'm gonna go diving and see if, like, people have, like, Wix sites and stuff now. Oh, hey, Yushikun, what's up? Hope your day is going well. We've cranked through, I think this is the 5th signature now at this point. This is Mao. Let's see. Let's save as PNG. Discord. Yeah, you're right. Discord servers are pretty much the new fan sites now. People will just find Discords, like Discord communities. You just woke up? Well, I hope your day is I hope your day is starting well. Happy that you stopped by the stream here to start off your day. Ooh, Aurora Valentina. Do I know who this is? No, I do not. Localized entirely within your kitchen. Demon VTuber, 423 years old. All right. I like her design. She looks like a gang member, like a street racer. 2, 3. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do at least 1 or 2 more. Let's do this one. Aurora Valentine, I think is Aurora Valentina. It isn't a fan site, but a fan club of FNF fan games made in Scratch. The Friday Night Fan Club. Scratch.mi. Oh, is Scratch made by MIT? Huh. Bambi sings. Black Imposter. Oh my god. I was actually thinking of doing a stream of Friday Night Funkin', but with a hand cam, playing the game one-handed. You gotta go soon, but send me the PSD. Yeah. I'll send you the PSD as well. I have the PSD and everything saved for all of these, so yeah, I'll make sure to send yours. Yours is coming up in 1, 2. Yours is the next one after this. So yeah, I gotta do 1 more, and then yours is gonna be the next one. So I'll make sure after the stream, if you're not here, that, or even I guess even if you're in the stream, I'll still be able to send you your PSD. So 500 by 150. So this is the first one where I'm not actually gonna try to render it. I'm not gonna try to transparent it. We're straight up just gonna paint over this one. So transform controls. Cute horns. All right, let's get like this. Maybe like this a little bit. Get the horn action there and the tail. All right. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to make another layer, but I want to slide in this background here. And where did my layers window go? My layers window keeps on disappearing. There we go. I made a group, but not a new layer. Oops. So actually what I should do is get this out of here, get rid of this layer, and then we should... Is this cheating? I think this is cheating. And then we're able to get that pattern sort of going for the rest of the signature. Works like a charm. There we go. No one will ever suspect a thing. So we're going to just merge all these layers. Control J, J. Oh, not J. Control E. Control E is what we gotta do to merge down. There we go. And I think for this one, let's try this abstract fractal brush set. Load brushes. Or dusty abstract. You know, all these years, I still don't understand what they mean by like abstract or fractal brushes. I just paint things on and hope to God that it works. I think we're gonna try to go for a black color here, a black signature, black grayish. And if that overlays well onto the purple background, I think that could look pretty cool. We're gonna essentially go do these effects around. And overlay. Maybe we might have to start with dark. And then this linear light. Let's see. So we get this here. I'll do on this side as well. And then another brush. I think we can go closer towards like the darks of purple and pink here. But like someone took out the lights. A little harder. It's a little trickier to work with these kinds of images, but I think we can still make something work here. Let me see if I can get towards some of the bigger brushes. Maybe closer towards the lighter color part of this palette. Do lighten. It's like a very like TV static-y kind of look. Do something like this, and then I think we might use this as a base and then go back to that volcanic set as like texture over it. Let's try this. Okay, okay. Got all this. Now let us blend. Got more of a varied background here, and then volcanic brush set. This one we can just go over a little bit. Yeah, and then anything I could do an eraser tool. Brush. And just play around with this a little bit. That blends her in and doesn't make the rest of the brush layer look too big. Now we can actually mess around with this with the color. Let's try something a little brighter. I remember I used this brush set a lot when I made signatures, and people were saying, you know, a lot of your signatures kind of look samey. And I was like, well, I just like this brush set a lot. It's very nice looking. It looks nice. Does it matter if it looks the same every time I make a signature for a new person? Maybe a little bit, but like, come on. If it ain't broke, we don't gotta fix it. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. Dodge. And we can paint over that. This is blending her in, so we just have to do a layer over it to put some more variation in the color. Alright, so let's try this out. And relay. Let's see. Hard light, I think. Yeah, that looks better. Then I think we're gonna do the pattern of. I want to do the scanline pattern here again. I think we can do the cross pattern here. And then we overlay that. Overlay it with the light, change the opacity. Yeah, and then we can just erase on her. So we're gonna go back to the basic brushes. And we'll just erase over where her face mostly is. like that. There we go. That works. That works. And then we can... I think I'm going to do vertical bars for this border here. But we'll try doing this. Too much. Too much. Oh, I didn't even make a new layer. That would have been really bad. Control J. Move that to the other side of my canvas. Let's show our transform controls. There we go. There we go. Alright, and then we just merge this down and overlay. That looks pretty solid. And we just gotta put our name in, Aurora Valentina. What's a nice kind of font for this one? Let's see. Hey, it's been a while. I changed my name from the last time. Oh, Red Bun FNF. What was your name before? If you change your name, it's going to be hard for me to recognize. But I'm glad you stopped by again. We're just doing some graphic arts here, you know. As they say, graphic design is my passion. But I hope your day's going well, Red Bun. I think I know who you are, but if you could tell me what your name was before you changed it. Oh, yeah. I remember it. I remember I saw you a while back when I was playing Stepmania. I hope your day's going well. Let's see. Aurora Valentina. We'll left align this. Left align this. Oh, that's too far. Maybe if we make it bigger, it won't look as bad. Oh, these text settings all stayed the same. That looks good. Now we just need to not use an ugly looking font. This font is not the greatest. Let's see. I do fancy myself some serif fonts, but I should not use it for everything. Gah, that looks so tacky. God. Sometimes you just gotta tap down through all of your available fonts and find one that doesn't look hideous. That should be fine enough, I think. I think that goes good enough. Contrast to her, like, biker kind of design. Actually, no, it looks too on the nose fancy cursive. Or fancy, like, calligraphy styled. Maybe something tiny bit more futuristic. Yeah. You might be right there. Like, maybe, like, something that looks not too, like, fancy. She doesn't have, like, that kind of fancy look. She has, like, the kind of, like greaser kind of look. Wingdings. Wingdings is sure to be the correct one. Wait, this one might not be too bad. And then if we space this out a little bit less, make it a little smaller. Let's try 44 point. Yeah, and then we can just overlay this. Yeah, this works. Have it like that, and then I think we could do another layer duplicated, but then soft lighted. Overlay. There we go. There we go. So we'll save this. Aurora. And we'll save that as a PNG. There's so many different designs with all these VTubers. Like, you do have a lot of people who just wear, like, sort of, like, casual everyday clothes, but then you have, like, people who go into, like, specific kinds of designs and styles, like this biker style, or, like, who else have I done so far? Like, Arya's style with her, like, cotton candy design, or Aster's, like, more mage-looking design. There's a lot of, like, it's always so interesting to see how people, like, design themselves. I feel like the design of a character can tell you a lot about, like, the personality behind the VTuber. Alright, so next up we have Fleur. I believe they got me. There we go. I have played Friday Night Funkin' before. Yeah, sure, go for it. You can link it here. Show me something that you're working on. We're just doing some art here. And I think after I do this one, I think this will be the last signature that I do on stream. At least for now. I don't know if I'll get back to doing more of these on stream, but It's nice to be able to do this while talking to people. I was cranking them out pretty fast, and it did slow me down a bit, but I also had a lot more fun doing it on stream. Let's see. Floor has no eyes. Let's see. I think the scarf and some of the armor would be good to get in the middle. Do I want to tilt this? A little bit. A little bit of tilt as a treat. There we go. And this one we're definitely going to do a purple background, I think. Let me just actually get a bigger version of that layer again. And we are going to... Every time I do this, my layer windows keeps on disappearing. So if I keep on using this, we should be able to get some good textures, because the hair is textured itself. So that should work. I'm gonna do some mirroring here, because the other side of the hair has more width to it. So let's do that. There we go. That purple hair texture is gonna go a long way, I feel. Yeah, let's just work with this one, mostly that purple. There we go. Got that perp. Then we filter, blur, Gaussian blur. There we go. It all blends together. And for this one, we're gonna try using a different brush set that we haven't used yet. There's a lot that I saved to my computer but didn't reopen. Let's try this abstract fractal brush set. I've definitely had this on my computer when I was like first making signatures in like 1990, or why did I say 1990? In like 2007 or 8. This was definitely one of the first brush sets that I downloaded. It's so weird how like they're still like the most popular ones on DeviantArt. Right, so we're gonna... They have such an aesthetic to them too. I feel like this one's a little harsh for what I think about when I think about Fleur though. That doesn't mean we can't make it look softer. You sent me something in Twitter DMs, alright. Oh, cool. Oh, I see, so... I like that it looks like an 11, but it's the BTS logo. That's cool. So you're working on a K-pop Night Funkin' mod. That's awesome. I really do like how people have been like doing pretty much everything with Friday Night Funkin' mods. Like before there were like a couple of like big ones, like I know the Ballistic, like the Witty mod was like a popular one, and other people just started making more and more mods. And it's pretty much just taken over Stepmania, I feel, or at least I think it's like people like making like those story elements. Like a lot of people like those story beats that like you can have in between each of the songs in a week of Friday Night Funkin'. And I do like that it like has those small little elements that differentiates it from Stepmania. Because I come from someone who just plays the games for the music, but a lot of people came to that community for the story aspect of it, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. If that's the reason why you like it, then yeah, who am I to judge? And I don't know, I feel like the charts that I've been seeing made for Friday Night Funkin', I think more people from like other rhythm game communities have been getting into the game, so like you're seeing more like experienced charters make like 4-key rhythm maps. And 4-key is probably my favorite style of rhythm game, like DDR, I guess is the first one that comes to mind. And I don't think there's any other like 4-key games that are dedicated 4-button games aside from Friday Night Funkin'. At least not ones that come to mind immediately. But yeah, I think one of these days I want to do like a hand cam stream where I play through the base game of Friday Night Funkin' one-handed. I've practiced it before and I could do most of it, surprisingly. It's only the newest week, week 7. Oh! Oh! Siren! Coming from the darkness! Welcome, thank you. I hope the rest of your debut went well. I'm sorry I had to leave in the middle of it. But I hope the rest of your debut went well. It was really great to see all that work that you put in finally go, like, to fruition. Because you've been working so long on that debut. So I hope the rest of it went well. But welcome, Raiders, welcome. If you're new to the channel here, then my name is Elliot Ambers, and I am a scholar, I'm a teacher. Sometimes I do fortune telling. I actually have a reading lined up for the end of the stream. and I'm currently working on some forum signatures. Any of you older people in the chat who have been on internet forums before, I've just been making forum signatures for VTubers as like, it started off as a joke, but now I'm somehow roped into doing, thank you for the redeem steer, roped into doing like about 20 of these. I've done 5 for someone's stream, so that's where we're at right now. It's always interesting to like work with so many different people's designs. Already made one for Jungkook. Oh, that's cool. You're a Friday Night Funkin' K-pop mod. But yeah, I've just been chatting and doing this. Trying to figure out how the direction I want to take this one. Let me show you guys some of the other ones that I have so far. So you can see I did this one for a Mouthy Doog. We have this one for Aurora Valentine. You can see all these finished products. Do I have a case of same face when it comes to making signatures? Probably. I like how this one came out for Clavio. I don't know, it's a very nostalgic thing to do to just make signatures. Actually, no. And I've made a lot of use of the whole font spacing stuff that you guys showed me yesterday. It's very helpful, actually. Yeah. So we made about 6 signatures on stream. I think this is going to be the 7th one. With the raid here, I think I might continue doing a little bit more than I planned on. So let's see. I'm not sure how I feel about this brush set here. It's like very like coarse, it feels. But I feel like it has like a sort of chaotic feel to it. You know, that kind of chaotic, edgy, like 13-year-old, look at this cool brush that I found on DeviantArt kind of look. Let me go for brighter colors here. Color dodge gives a little bit too much contrast. And let's see. Let's go for some other textures here, other brush effects. I think I might make a chromatic scale for Jimin, but... Oh, interesting. I remember you showed that to me, you linked that like the last time I saw you in my chat, where you were like doing mashups with like Friday Night Funkin' songs and K-pop songs. Very interesting overlap. Alright, so... good linear burn here. I think what I want to do, I think if I like blur the whole thing, I'm really just like feeling like I'm in 8th grade again, figuring out all the tools on a Photoshop filter list and seeing, yeah, this looks awesome. Yeah, we'll Gaussian blur this. And if we hit it with, let's hit it with this. Oh god, that contrast is so heavy. There we go. We're gonna soft light, and then we're going to blur Fleur as well. I hope for some of you in the chat seeing this for the first time, I hope this resonates with you. I know it resonated with a lot of people on my timeline earlier, seeing, like, these forum signatures getting made. It just takes you back to a time, you know, like a different time on the internet. A time when everyone would always have a signature attached to their post. Nowadays, there's not really anything like that aside from, like, our avatars on Twitter. Like, we have our Twitter avatars and we have our Twitter headers, but forum signatures were always so in your face because every post that someone made would have a signature attached to it. It's like you were always forced to look at them. I think some forums had like a hide signature option, but for the most part, like you always had to see these things. So everyone wanted like a cool looking signature. Yeah, this works. That grungy. I'm sure like someone criticized or critiquing the signature would be like, I like that you stopped going for like the watercolor look and went for a more grungy kind of signature here. Now let's see. One's going to be bluer. Let's type that there. I think we should use a white font for this one. White font with maybe... This is so classic, I like it. Really makes me think of when I didn't... Yeah. That's what we were talking about earlier, how, like, this kind of era, like, the era of, like, discovery on the internet, where before the time of everything being centralized, like, people would just go on, like, Flash game websites. There'd always be, like, new Flash websites popping up, or, like, new things would appear on, like, the Newgrounds portal every now and then, or, like, you'd look up a fan site for, like, the new game that you just played. You're just like, wow, this game was really cool. Now I'm gonna go into Google and type out Golden Sun fan website, and then have like this whole community of people you can find. Now it's just like Discord communities and like subreddits and stuff. It's like everything always just the same website. We need to bring back fan sites. Let's see. We have this. We have these layers here. I think, thank God. Yeah, actually, thank God Newgrounds is still up and running. It's like one of the last bastions of the internet, I feel, of like the old internet. And it's still, even Newgrounds has changed a rabbit's hole. Yeah. Like, when you go onto a forum for, like, you know, like Grand Chase or, like, MapleStory or, like, Mabinogi, like, those fan forums where, like, you would probably, like, meet up with people to, like, plan out raids and, like, plan out, like, party quests and stuff. These would be, like, the kind of things you'd see below everyone's posts. Like, like that tweet that I made earlier today, where I had, like, that long length of underscores, and then I had, like, one of these signatures underneath it with, like, some fancy text. Because, you know, you always had to put, like, quotes in your signature or, like, links to your own fan sites to, like, very not so subtly shill your own forum on another forum to try and steal members. I definitely am guilty of having tried doing that before. Like, you're on the official Namco Tales series forum, and you're like, come check out my, my Tales fan forum on, like, the official forum. In retrospect, it absolutely made no sense to be doing that. Let's do this, and I think I want to blend this a little bit more. Speaking of MapleStory, oh my god, I remember, they did do a collab with MapleStory. That was weird. I forgot that that was a thing. Let me do this. Let's lower the opacity here a little bit. I'm trying to, like, blend in lore a little bit better.
Only thorns left on this rose.
Let's do this.
Don't try to stop me, okay?
This track has some pretty good vocal clips in it.
You underestimate me.
Some of you guys might recognize the Fire Emblem quotes in this. We're currently listening to a 2-hour-long album of Fire Emblem lo-fi music. Oh wait, I know what's going wrong. This is... There we go. Wasn't that last year? I guess it might... Oh, it might have been last year, the MapleStory crossover. It still, like, floored me when I saw it. I was very confused. I think we could add a screen filter to this. A photo filter, if you will. Violet. Then we're gonna soft light this boy. No, that's not. Lighten? Lighten doesn't do anything. Neither does... It, like, is very subtle. I think this works, actually. And then we're going to hit him with a border. The old classic, bada bing, bada boom. Three strokes, that's it. Time really has lost all meaning, especially with the way, like, the last year has gone. Like, it's hard to tell when things have happened. Things that I think happened, like, 1 or 2 years ago actually happened, like, 3 years ago. It's just jarring. Alright. So let me deselect this and overlay. There we go. And let's save as... Lure. And save as PNG. How many do these do I have? So I posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I started on... The first one that I started the stream on was... I think Resi. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th one that I've done. I am now the Banner King. I am Banner King. Alright. Let's do one more, and then I'm going to do a fortune reading for Nezu, who requested a fortune reading earlier. We'll close out the stream with one more. One more. Ooh, this is a cute design. On VT. It's interesting that, like, people who, like, don't even follow me stumbled upon the post and, like, started sharing their PNGs. It's just so jarring. Like, I've never had, like, a post blow up like this before. I've had, like, memes that took off, but, like, nothing, like, interactable. It's, like, interesting. New. 500. But I guess that's what happens when you just make something super relatable. Man straight up just pulled a part of the internet out of the hell and make it. Yeah, exactly. I just said, hey guys, remember, we all remember forums, right? And everyone's like, holy shit, forums. And like, everyone still makes, you can pay people to make like Twitter headers, but something hits different when it's built in 500 by when it's built in 500 by 150. All right, let's. You stop telling me what I can and can't do. So this one, we're gonna do some more purple because purple's just my favorite color. We could have the camisole here, and then what? Control J. Maybe have like some of her hair, and then we can tilt this. Hey, remember this thing we all cringe at? Now cringe at it, but with yourselves included. Booba. Let's see. I want to try to angle this so I can still get the parts of the other layers that I wanted in the picture here. There we go. There we go. So we'll use this as the background. for some, you're gonna have 2 weeks playable. That's pretty cool. Just working on your game mod there. Let's see. So we have that, and now we want to see where we're gonna place our render. This is actually such a really cute PNG. I love this outfit here. Like the hair color, the circle rim glasses are super cute. Is that antlers and those ears? What is that supposed to be? Not sure. Oh, that's supposed to be white there too. That's supposed to be transparent. We'll do this. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me take that transparency. What? There we go. I don't listen to a lot of K-pop, so I would not be able to suggest something for your mod there. That was not my particular wheelbarrow. Alright, let's filter. Let's do this. Yep. You had a long stream, Seer, so come back when you feel like coming back. Thanks for the raid again, Seer. I appreciate it. Alright. This is a very interesting, like the inclusion of voice clips. I think this is an awakening track. Let's see where we're at. Let's go to the next song. Not that I don't like this, but I think it's a little distracting to hear all the voice clips. Was it SOV? I feel like I heard them mention George, which would be like Altea, Arcanea, though it might just be a mix of all of them. It might have been a mix of multiple Fire Emblem tracks. Alright, so we're going to... This one I want to have more of a magical feel to it. You see she's got that magical star there. Let's go with... We'll just use this, actually. A light purple, like a lilac lavender kind of... looking kind of signature here. And we can just color burn this. There we go, actually. That should be fine. Forum signatures are all the same. A layer there, but that should be below. Can we darken this? Can we have it be like two-toned? Let's see. These don't appear as hard. Let me maybe choose a darker. And let's see. By color burn. Yeah, we could do that. Then we can... I just really like this brush set. I think it shows. Let's do this on the top layer here. Overlay it. Yeah, I think that's nice. And then we can go over her with some of this. Oh, thank you. What happened to the sprite editing though? Thank you for the redeem. It's not that I've forgotten about it. It's that I did not expect 20 to 30 people to send me their PNGs and say, I too would like a forum signature of my VTuber. So I was like, you know what? I was originally going to play a game with Wisteria today, but things changed. So I might as well just take this time to fill out the requests on stream. You know, some people might like seeing like how that's made, or just to reminisce about the internet. Let's do this. And then we can do a little bit of erasing. I don't like some of the texture on her. There we go. I'm getting famous, I can't deny it. Sometimes all it takes is one banger tweet. Sometimes you just need a banger tweet and then you just find yourself being followed by a bunch of people you did not expect to get followed by. Alright, so then we're going to blur this layer, filter blur, Gaussian blur. And then we can soft light this. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we will also do some erasing after I duplicate this layer. I just love like that look of like curiosity that this model has. It's always been a pose like I've been fond of, just like the exploration kind of imagery. Always really pretty to me. Kinda messed up on the hand, I think, a little bit. I think I erased too much. There we go. Go back there. And then let's... Yeah, that's good. And then let me use some different brushes here for erasing. Nice, nice, nice. Maybe a little light on the hand. Don't want to get too much on it. So try to blend her in more with the background. There we go. Don't want to like go overboard with it, you know? You want to make it feel like she's not just getting consumed by the void, but like she's one with the picture. There we go. And like some of that texture's going into her hair, which I think is pretty neat. Alright. I think we can add some more to the left side of the picture though. Let's do that. Let's go back to brushing. Add a little bit more texture there on that side. Right here. It's not so bad. It's alright. It's different when I'm doing this on my own, and then someone who understands graphic design just pops in. I feel the same way when Wisteria like has seen me do this before. It's alright. It's not like I'm doing this professionally or anything. I'm just doing this to have a fun time. So, you know, graphic design definitely is my passion, as they say. Oh, you meant being swallowed by the... You're right, you're right. You were being swallowed by the void today while you search for a new house. Yeah, it really does. Like, my ability to make these has not changed since, like, the late 2010s, early 2000s. It definitely does show. I am the embodiment of the graphic design is my passion frog. F-A-W-N. This is not the correct text font to be using. Let's look for a better font here. Pearls MT baby. Joker man. Oh god, this font! Oh, the pain of like scrolling through all the fonts and seeing fonts that just don't fit the aesthetic at all. That's Harry Potter font. We don't like that one. Let's see. What'll fit here? Sometimes you just have to go into the font menu and just hit up a couple times. Why is it not letting me hit up? They seem what they are, and that's... Yeah, I think I'm doing a good job of capturing the feel there, you know? And Adam Craig, welcome, thank you. Thank you for following, thank you for joining the classroom. And yeah, I would never use Comic Sans. Comic Sans, I think, has its place sometimes, but it's not something that I would use for these signatures. Why is it not letting me just press the down arrow key on these? Keeps on just disappearing. Let's see, I wanted to use, I think, this one? Not this one. Bobcat. Oh god, no. Comic Sans exists. Apparently it's helpful to dyslexic people. which I guess I can give credit for that. But it's not one that is like visually appealing. It does what it needs to do, I suppose. This font has like the same energy as Vinerhand ITC, and I think that's what's like unsettling me from it. Vinerhand ITC was like the I have Windows XP and I wanted a nice looking font kind of font. Chiller? No, not Chiller. Let's see. It looks nice if it was readable. I can't see the F there. I need like something with the right kind of like wanderlust whimsy. You think so? It seems delicate. Yeah, we'll try it. I think if I make it a little bit more bolded, I think it might work out. Let's see. It wasn't freestyle script, it was... Let's see. Edwardian script. Yeah, it does seem a lot more delicate. I wish there was a bold option here, though. Oh, here it is, actually. There we go. I think bolding it helps. And then... Let's see. Oh, that's subscript, superscript. Let's do the line spacing. Not line spacing, line width. Yeah, I think messing with the line width also kind of looks nice. Let's do 400 width. Is it change dimension? No, it's not permanent. If you want me back in my live 2D form, you can feel free to change dimension back. It's supposed to be one of those ones that people can fight back and forth over. Let's see this. Yes. Yes, exactly. Edit. We're gonna select. Edit stroke. We can do our outline here. Edit stroke. Outline. And then edit stroke. Outline. You can't fight over it. I did make it pretty expensive. I know some other people have like ones that are like kind of cheap on that end. It's probably one of my more expensive redeems aside from like the long fortune reading, which we will get to after the signature. So let me just soft light here. And then overlay, I think. Yes, fawn. Oh, that's nice. So considering saving the points so I can make Erica eat herself into the comical hallway. No! That takes like 30 minutes to get to. And that'll probably be on next Monday. God. I already have my plan for how I'm gonna deal with that hallway. I'm just gonna use some barrier strats with the rescue to like make one unit just not have to fight at all. On .ESD. Alright, there we go. So that is all our signatures for today. We went through a pretty good haul of them. I'll probably post them up like one by one, probably like every hour or so I don't spam the timeline. Oh, what? One sec. Sorry about that. Alright. So, thanks for stopping by. So, what we're gonna do next is, as I mentioned, I am a seer as well. I like to do tarot readings to divine the future for people. And Nezu, if you're still here, will be not here, then at least you can refer to the VOD. Ask for a reading, just for a general future reading. So we're gonna shuffle the deck here. Sorry. I had to turn around. The way my desk is set up, it makes it a little hard to pull my tarot deck out. And unlike my old microphone, this one requires me to be a little bit closer. What? What happened? Let's do this. Slap those cards together. These bad boys can fit so many fortunes in them. Yeah, my model just completely ate shit. I still can't get over how like you make facial accessories using the hair tool. So this monocle has like the same wiggliness as like hair would. Tarot readings are usually for like the future and near future, yeah. At least the way I see it. I think you can like divine for other things, like more specific questions. But they definitely, I don't think, they could be used as a reflection on the past actually. But usually they talk about, usually the past and the future, like just what to expect as a whole. So this is going to be for Nezu. If Nezu is still in the stream. So. And if you can't hear it, then at least you'll be able to see it on the VOD. Alright. Just another slap of the cards. I don't think we get that funny card slapping ASMR that we usually do. One second. Alright, let me place the cards down. Let's see what the future has in store for Nezu. If I don't do this now, I'm definitely going to forget to do it in the future. I also need to move my keyboard around. Oh, it's so much harder to do 10 card spreads when I, harder to do 10 card spreads with the way my desk is with the new microphone. Alright. So for those of you who do not know, I like to do tarot readings, and this is going to be a 10 card reading. So if you want to see how those go, you could feel free to stick around. But again, you know, I understand that tarot readings, you know, may not be as interesting if you're not getting read, so I wouldn't hold it against anyone for just dipping or anything. So the first card that we have, this is a reading for the general future, as a reminder. So nothing specific, just how things will go for our friend Nezu. Yeah, I know some people like to see just how these go in general, but I know some people, these can be a little long-winded, especially the 10 card ones. So here we have the first card. Tarot cards I do also think are cool. Some people I know are like scared of them. Like some people feel like they're gonna get cursed if you mess with them. And the reader is cooler, thank you. Evening wise, we just wrapped up doing all the a couple of the signatures, and now we're doing a fortune reading. And this first card is the Ten of Wands. Not the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands represents sort of the question at hand, like inside the heart of the reader themselves. So it's representing that it's like feeling the call, you know, like you don't believe the cards can curse me, even if they could. I think that would be getting cursed by the cards would just be comedy. So it represents just that burst of action. The wands represents like a physical call to order, you know, that it represents taking action in the moment. With it reversed, it might represent a sort of feeling of hesitation, that like there's a decision that you feel has to be made, but you're not sure how you want to approach that question. So do you want to like go in guns blazing? Do you think you have to mull it over a bit before you make any hasty decisions? That's sort of what this card represents. That in reverse, you're not sure whether or not you want to take that first step. It's influenced by get the next card here. I wish I had like a program that just let me like pull cards out easily instead of having to manually put each of these cards into OBS. But it is what it is. So let me just flip this, transform, rotate 180 degrees. And the card that influences this hesitation, this maybe this lapse in judgment or in inaction, is the Queen of Pentacles right side up. And the Queen of Pentacles right side up, again, the court cards are always interesting because they could represent both an idea, but they could also represent a person. So it might represent someone who like has that sort of power of wealth, that maybe like someone who could help you out, someone who's nurturing, maybe like a mentor in a job or something. But it also represents sort of just, yeah, it just represents either you or a person you know, comforting, nurturing someone in a more physical sense, in a more like materialistic, like not like emotionally, but like just taking care of someone or someone taking care of you. And maybe a caretaker like that, maybe that person might be the cause of that hesitation. Maybe you don't want to disappoint them. Maybe you think that there's something you want to do, but you don't want to like go against someone who's been helping you out. So that seems to be like the question at hand, like the idea at the start here. That's oh my god. Yes. So that seems to be the heart of the issue here, like the present, where we're at. And what we have here, the way I'm going to read this, the fourth card is going to represent sort of what's below you. Let me edit this. Let me get the card here. This is... So this card, the next card, represents more like your personal thoughts on the past, like the thoughts that come below you is sometimes what they refer to, but it's like a perception that you have more so, like an internal, like the feelings, like the subconscious things that are passing by you in the past. Not necessarily like the past itself, but like thoughts that have gone by. And this is the Fool. So not necessarily like you thinking about a new beginning, but what crosses below you, what passes under you, is this idea that a new chapter of your life has started, that you started doing something new, essentially, in recent time, that you sort of step foot into a place where things are new, things are different, things aren't as they used to be. And there's a lot of possibilities, there's just so many directions you can take it from here. So how this is crossing under you is interesting based on the original cards, because it could mean that, you know, this indecision, this inability to take action right now, may be stemming from there being so many decisions that it could be like a sort of choice paralysis. And what we have in the past, I shuffle the deck pretty consistently, with a good amount of mixing up, and it's always interesting to see a lot of the similar cards come in these readings again and again, because the next card we have here is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is a card that, again, you can see these guys are walking in the snow outside of a church adorned with a stained glass window of 5 pentacles. And this card can usually represent something along the lines of, you know, aimlessness, wandering, but also like a sense of like loss, a sense that you don't have the things that you need in order to progress. You don't have like what it is that, like things that fundamentally will help you out, which is interesting because if you think about how we say that what crosses under you is the Fool, and how the past is this set of pentacles and this aimlessness, it's interesting because it leads you from not knowing what to do to this sort of new area. You went from aimlessness to maybe finding this new beginning, a new set of options. Maybe it could represent that you thought life was samey and you were going around life without really any particular direction. But now there's something new that you found, which has led you to those multiple different choices, those opportunities. Now, what crosses above you is this sort of like the subconscious as the future approaches. And this is going to be... I don't see this one too often, but it has appeared on streams before. It'd be interesting to like chart out, like I definitely couldn't do it now, but to chart out how often each card has appeared in a reading that I've done on stream. It'd be an interesting statistical approach. So, the next card that we have, what crosses above you, is the 8 of Cups. And it's very similar to another cup card, the 5 of Cups. The Five of Cups is usually a card. I'm actually going to show this on the stream just so you have a visual reference. This isn't a card that's actually been drawn yet, but I just want to show you a comparison because I think connecting the cards to the story is very helpful in interpreting what they mean. But you can see the Five of Cups. You can see it's the man. The cups are all like behind him. He has 2 cups behind him upright and 3 that are knocked over. While we compare this to the the Eight of Cups, where he has all his cups upright, but he's walking away now. He knows what he needs, what he doesn't need. He's left things behind that he knows he doesn't need on his journey. So I think this is an interesting lineup to follow along with the idea that what comes before you, that sort of set of infinite possibilities. I think what comes ahead of you is interesting because it sort of makes a logical progression going from these cards here. If we look vertically, like this sort of like internal reflection of like near past to near future. You think about the infinite decisions, and there's that indecision that crosses through you, but it'll lead to some kind of discovery. You know, understanding that through all these decisions, there's going to be something. You know what the things that you might need to leave behind are the things that you don't need, and you'll be able to figure out what that is. I think that maybe you'll come to that sort of conclusion on your own. Oh yeah. I use it for a lot of like teaching streams, like a lot of chatting streams when I need to like point my mouse at things, especially if I don't have like, if I'm not doing a window capture to capture my mouse. And it was made by Siren actually. Siren made that pen for me. It was a very nice gift. The next card that we have, and this is going to be essentially the future. So after these decisions are made, did the music stop? At the end of the, yeah. We'll go back to the start of it. We'll loop it. Magi, please stand. Magi's been chatting a lot, though. I appreciate Magi being a frequent viewer. Not to call out viewers or anything. I know it's kind of weird to do so, but you know, you just appreciate people, you know? Alright. So let me smallen this card a little bit. And the next card that we have here, the card to sort of end up, this is sort of like the physical realm, sort of like surrounding you in particular. We have the reversed. Oh yeah, you're magic. It's magic, not magi. And so you just cut off the C instead of like cutting off the I at the start. I guess it wouldn't specify that you don't believe in magic. Alright, so let's do this. We have the reverse Knight of Swords, and it's interesting because we have 2 Knight cards here, and both the Knight cards are reversed. Because the Knight cards typically represent action. One sec, sorry. There's something important that I must respond to at the same time as this. But we have a lot of Knight cards here. Knight cards are very representative of action being taken, about forward motion. You know, they're on the horses, so it makes sense. And the Knight of Swords, specifically, so the Knight of Wands represents wanting to take action, wanting to do something, but the Knight of Swords specifically represents jumping to conclusion. So like there's the idea of actions and then the conclusions that follow. So it might be that possibly that analyzing your possibilities and coming down to a conclusion, coming down to that decision that you make at the end, it might be a hasty conclusion. It may be that this action that you take, the indecision and the choice that you make following it, results in maybe you get in over your head, maybe you realize that it might not be something that you want to do. So this could be a warning, maybe to think and take a little bit more time to like examine what it is that you want to do. Maybe there's like a lot of ideas that you have in your mind for content creation. Maybe there's a lot of ideas that you have for like people you want to work with, people you want to talk to. And maybe it's a good idea to just examine and think about the stuff surrounding you. So now what we have to analyze is these 4 cards on the right, the staff. The first one is the internal. It's sort of how you feel about the situation surrounding you, the overall situation that we've outlined here. And this card is going to be property. So the way you feel you are perceived in the situation here, in this current reading, we start with the Three of Cups. And what the Three of Cups is a symbol of unity. You know, everyone cheering together, everyone, 3 people holding their cups all together. And what it represents is that, you know, power and unity, that you're celebrating with people that you like to celebrate with, that maybe some big things are going to be happening, some big celebrations, some big reasons for, like, joining together with other people will happen. Oh, Lance Maverick! Lance, thank you. Thank you for the raid. We're just wrapping up a tarot reading here, or Voyager Nezu. Thank you for the raid. I hope your stream went well. But as I was saying, it's a symbol of unity, you know? A symbol that maybe you've met new people, or maybe the people that you've been friends with are people that you've had some victories with them, so that might be the cause for cheering. That might be how you perceive the stuff surrounding you and your friends. And oh, you lost. That's disappointing to hear. Sometimes solo board games can be unforgiving. I know I've played like Oregon Trail, which can be solo or for multiple people. That game is super unforgiving. Alright. Now the next is the external. It's sort of how people perceive, like, the events surrounding you, like how you think you're perceived by other people. And what we have here, so you feel the sense of unity, and you feel that the people surrounding you may see some sort of period of healing. Maybe there were some difficulties or hardships that you feel like you've gone through, and you think that people are starting to see you maybe recover from that, maybe some kind of healing. And maybe that might be a cause based on the sort of the internal there. Maybe what it was that you were celebrating with other people represent a sort of growth. Maybe it's sort of that you as a person have been growing, or you have been making better connections. A lot of the times this Three of Swords gets like lumped in with like heartbreak and like betrayal, and the reverse means the opposite. So maybe it's just furthering that idea of unity, you know? Furthering that idea that people are more like joined with you, that you are joined with other people, that you're able to work together with other people. And then we have the Hopes and Fears card, the 9th card. The Hopes and Fears here is... where is it? We have the Devil. So the Devil, in this position here, the Devil can represent that you might be afraid of getting too greedy or doing too much self-indulgent things, or you might be fearing that other people might see you as such, see you as like just being there very like all for yourself kind of thing. And you, not that people see you as that, but like you might be worried that people see you as that, essentially. So that's sort of like between all the celebration and all the happiness, all the victories that you may be encountering, that people might see it as self-indulgent or like greedy, or that you're doing it all for yourself. Not that it is how they see it, but like a fear that you may have. And now, the most important card, to end this all off, is properties. We have Star. The Star in reverse. Okay, that didn't rotate correctly. Transform. There we go. The last card of this reading. So we have the Star in reverse. And the Star is one of those kinds of cards that tends to be positive whether you read it right side up or upside down. The way I see it with the Star in reverse is that there's so many possibilities, there's so many stars in the sky, and they're all bright and shining. But with it reversed, it might be that that bright future will be there, that you can reach it. But in reverse, it might be a little cloudy. The clouds might be in the sky, so you know that the stars are up there, but you don't necessarily know what it is, what you're looking for to reach. The way I see this is that there's a lot of goals that you want to achieve. There's a lot of things, a lot of plans that you have here that you're not sure necessarily. There's that sort of like choice paralysis here, that you're not sure how to approach this, and there's a hesitation, a fear of being too hasty might lead you to a point that you might not want to be at. Right now, there's a sense of unity of working together, collaborating with others. Oh. Let's lower that a little bit. So, that sense of collaborating with others here, maybe you don't know what it is that you want to do, maybe you're not sure what direction you want to take, what it is, your plans in, and you don't want to come off, like, too hard on anyone as you go through your plans here, but it looks like there is a bright sky ahead of you, but we're not sure what it is that will lead you to that. We're not sure what exactly we're running towards, but it's there. And I think a lot of it is just, I think this is serving as more of a warning to just plan things out, to think things out, is what I see. To think about what it is, because there's a lot of things, a lot of options available to you, a lot of things, a lot of choices. So just make sure that you're certain with what choice that you want to take when you get to that point. You don't want to jump to any hasty conclusions, or you don't want to just think things are going to go well just because things are going well now. And I think that's how we'll get to that future. So that's my reading. I hope it helped in some way. I hope it made sense. I always worry that these readings can be a little bit out there and nonsensical. So, that's what I have. Thank you everyone for stopping by for, both the tarot reading and for the signature making. It's always fun to do these kinds of things, like, to go stray away a little bit from the gaming side and just talk and just do stuff that isn't just playing video games. But now, I think we're gonna need to find someone to raid. Let's see who's online right now. Let's see the magical Twitch website. Let's see. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you think so. I feel like sometimes I worry that, like, the redeem is just there because I don't get it redeemed a lot. And I know people said that they're afraid of, like, interrupting the flow of the stream. But I mean, that's why I always save it for the end. 1, 2. And welcome, Action Productions. Thanks for saying hi. We're just at the end of the stream, so let's see. Wait, is that a... Let's see. Who do I want to raid? Who do I want to pay a visit to? Let's go and give a raid to... You know, looks like a couple people are doing just chatting streams. I'm not sure what they're doing with their just chatting streams. I'm gonna raid someone I don't think I've raided before. Let's go pay a visit to our local little sheep, Ira. She's doing a little chatting stream. She's a really cute Welsh sheep. So if you haven't seen her yet, let's go and pay her a visit. Raid Ira channel. Again, thank you guys all for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you soon. As always, class is dismissed.